Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to the first of probably quite a few Ishgard restoration type videos. And in this one, I just want to do a brief video just looking at essentially what this is. So the quest starts in the Foundation, literally next to the Aetheryte in Ishgard, and you can't go wrong from there. And essentially, at the end of that sort of section of cutscenes that I won't spoil for you, you get access to the Firmament, which is essentially the big district added to Ishgard. You're rebuilding it, you're giving back places to live for both the lords and the ladies, and obviously the poor people. Rich and poor are going to live side by side, and you're going to make it all happen. So the way that this works is you have this Sky Builders board, which is essentially a way of tracking concerted efforts, which is the general progression of the overall restoration of each particular part, at the end of which each of those bars goes black and essentially will allow you to do these sort of like fate style events. I've not taken part in one of these yet. I'm still waiting for that to happen. Obviously it's early time, we might get one of those later in the day to look at. I'll try and film that when I can. But once you've got that, on the other side you actually have collectible appraisers. So you may have noticed, if you're a crafter or a gatherer, there are a ton of new items and a ton of new recipes. You can access these under the crafting log, and if you go down, for example on Carpenter here, you'll see Ishgard Restoration, and then there are tons of items. To check which ones are required, I believe this is each day, go over to the collectible appraiser here to the right side of this area that we're in here for the Ishgard Restoration, and you will see what gives you the most of these Sky Builders scripts. Now these scripts are essentially the reward this time around, and you can exchange them for a number of really exciting items. At a nearby vendor, if we come just upwards from this, you will find that he has everything from the new mount, the new minions, the stuffed tabletop items, the glamour, everything you can imagine that was in the patch notes is pretty much from these scripts. So if you want to get all of these items in the game, you will have to take part in the Ishgard Restoration, or at least the collectible turn-ins section of it. When they said that this was going to be the end game for crafters and gatherers, they were not kidding. There's so many new materials, so many new crafts, that this is hopefully going to keep people busy for quite some time. However, you never underestimate the power of a community. This is all server-wide, so this is Ragnarok. As you can see, there is a massive turnout. I'm pretty sure this is the same on all of the servers. We're not even at peak time. It's currently like midday, 1:37 p.m. my time. So at the time of this recording, which is absolutely ridiculous, you see hundreds of people on screen currently. So yeah, this is going to go by pretty quickly unless they have a few restrictions in place. But we do have also on this, script vendor where you can exchange for a lot of the old diadem items as well, including the Pegasus mount and minion. So if you were worried about, going back to do old diadem to try and get those spoils to get things, you can straight up buy them with these new scripts. So that's pretty much got you covered, including some of the minions from the fates as well inside there, which is a really cool idea and a great way of giving people the stuff that isn't necessarily like difficult to get, just requires a group of people that actually want to do diadem. There is confirmation that Diadem is coming back at some point during the restoration as a form of gathering island or something, but we don't have it in the current version as it is. So essentially what you do is you go and switch to your gatherer and go out there and try and find these materials. For example, I want to make a bed today with my carpenter, so I'll need the wood for that amongst the other materials. And it says here in the flavor text, obviously, that this is white ash logs. They can be acquired basically in the Raktika Greatwood. So we go over there, we see a swarm of people, and you just gather to your heart's content. I think it's 8 wood per bed or something like that, and obviously we're going to be turning in a lot of these to try and maximize the amount of scripts we have and get the rewards as fast as possible. So this is a bit of a grind, a bit of, if you're obsessing over crafting and gathering, this is really going to be up your alley for sure. I'm quite excited about this. I know a few people in the community are over the moon with this already. How long will it take to get all of these rewards? Well, probably not that long at all if you're hardcore into this. but it's a nice little thing to do on the side for sure. I'm really looking forward to trying out the concerted efforts. Like I say, I haven't got my hands on that yet. They seem to be sort of like time-based when the community pushes that bar. But that's pretty much the first video, just sort of introducing what you can do and, how you do it, and we'll be, progressing this as we go. So thank you for watching this short video, and I'll see you all next time for more Ishgard restoration.